from this day on, you are the authors of your own story. You get to put the pencil to the paper and you get to write your own story. And the longer that you can stay within the context of being excited for your story and not letting people tell you to, oh, that's not going to work. Oh, that's a terrible idea. This is not going to work. Just continue to find out what excites you and do that. You're going to have a very successful, beautiful life. So don't let the struggle weigh you down, because that can happen very easily. It's all about taking a step in the right direction to help you achieve your goal.
It's the Health in the Real World podcast. It's time to start the show with Chris Janke as your host. Here to give you everything that you need when it comes to fitness strategies. We keep it simple and easy. It's your roadmap to get healthy. You don't need equipment and you don't need a gym. Just the right strategies to get you fit and trim.
Welcome to Health in the Real World podcast. We're here with Daniel Spencer. Daniel, it's been a long time.
Yeah, man, it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, how long has it been since you moved down to Mexico?
It was 5 years this last August. So I just got my permanent residency in Mexico. So yeah,
awesome.
5
Very
years.
Cool.
Yeah.
Daniel and I go way back. It must have been like 12 years ago. We've known each other 12 years, maybe.
Something
Back at my old gym, and we were working out outside barefoot, climbing trees, all that fun stuff. That was awesome.
Yeah, I'll continue doing that today. Like that, my gym is outside, jungle gym, basically.
Perfect. That's great, man. That's
Run
great.
through the jungle, go to the beaches, climb the trees, and yeah.
Went surfing earlier today, you said?
Yep. Got up early with sunrise and went surfing and caught some nice waves, just trying to live it up and live as connected as I can to nature, because, nature's really beautiful out here and it's just amazing, especially this time of year. What's unique about this climate is it's so fertile. So everything grows really well down here. So it's just, the jungle is so abundant right now. And we've had rains almost every night. So it's really, really nice. It's really humid during the day. So you stay inside during the heat, but once the sun sets around, you go back outside and it's really, really nice.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. Well, let's start talking a little bit about how people can get fit, get healthy. What in your mind, what's one of the most important things that you can start with, or that somebody who maybe has no footing as far as their health or fitness, like what are some of the steps that you would recommend first off?
The most important thing, I believe, is to get to know yourself, to get to know why you want to be healthy, what healthy looks like for you, and what being healthy is going to do for you in your life to enhance your life. One of the easiest way to do that is connect to nature. Like I mentioned earlier, waking up with the sun has huge potential. It basically sets the rhythm of the day. And it does so many things at a cellular level that I'm not going to go into, but just connecting with the rhythm of life. That many people have been said, oh, when I go to camping or I'm sleeping under the stars and I'm like going to bed when it's dark out, they feel amazing. They feel so much energy. They feel like really passionate. And then when they're out of that environment, they're able to continue that type of lifestyle for a little while until life takes over again. So for me, the most important thing is connecting to nature. And I do that many ways, sunrise, sunset, and also learning as much as I can about the trees and the plants, really connecting to your food is another really, really good way to start to take control of your health. But coming back to it, the main thing is connecting to yourself and asking yourself why you want to be healthy and what that means for you.
That's great. And definitely that's very powerful and something that somebody can do just that easily. No supplements required, nothing. It's just, turn off the lights and let the sun tell you when it's time to go to bed, and then you go to bed. And Mother Nature is wise, right? And if we follow the rhythms, we're going to sleep more in the winter than we do in the summer. Mini hibernations and the sun will tell you, right? Go to sleep.
Yeah. And exactly. And that's the other thing too, is connecting to your food and eating within the rhythm of the food too, because certain foods grow with the more higher amounts of sunlight. So those are the foods you want to eat in the summer.
Yep.
And then as you know, the seasons change and we get less sun, then you move on to different types of foods. Simple tips I can give somebody saying, oh, I don't, I live in the city, or I don't have access to, beautiful mountains or anything. Just look at a tree. Honestly, look at a tree and just like acknowledge and be like, okay, I see the tree, it's moving. And then maybe you'll hear a bird, or maybe you hear something, and just what that does to you at a chemical level is it changes you. So that's getting yourself more connected to your environment, which is important.
When you and I used to work out together a lot, and we went to that park in Santa Clara, we're in the heart of Silicon Valley, right? And people are driving crazy all over the place, and we're just in this park, and there's a little grove of trees, and we're just like climbing, and we're barefoot and we got our feet in the grass, and there are a lot of things that you can do even in the middle of a city, right? Parks and different trails and creeks and stuff like that. And you don't necessarily, I mean, I haven't been to where you live, but I see your pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, really easy to be connected to nature in those environments. And in the city it's still possible, but a little bit harder, right? But still possible. Sure. By all means.
Sure. Yeah, no, I definitely, I didn't always live in Mexico. I was that city guy, I'd wake up I had the 9 to 5. And for me, I needed to really challenge myself and kind of adapt in that environment. Like my body did not like that environment of sitting all day. Like I got all these signals from my body, like I need to move, you need to move. And so I was kind of the weird one, moving around and like stretching, between breaks, and going outside for lunch is very important. I know a lot of people now, they're not working at a location, they're working from home, but just eating your lunch outside. So you have the freedom, there's a little more time now. So, take your food, go outside with it, and then be outside rather than just grinding away at the computer and eating at your desk, because again, the body craves different environments.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
fresh air, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's a very, it's almost like there are two kind of extremes, right? Like, or not, I don't want to say extremes, but there's like two sides, right? Either your body is grounded in nature and you're with the rhythm of the seasons and the rhythm of the day. And then occasionally you come over here to do your work, you get in the digital life, you check your email, you text message, Facebook, all that. And then you go right back here.
Yeah.
But I think where most people are is like, they're spending so much time and it's like their life is this digital sitting, watching TV. And then occasionally they're like, oh yeah, my trainer or my doctor told me that I need to work out and see nature. And then they'll dip over here and then they'll go right back here. So I think that's an important distinction. It's like, if you try it, if you guys are watching this and you try coming over here and you try being in nature more and you get this much results, then that's a sign, right? Well, if I do more, I'll get this much results. And if I do more, I'll get this much results. And then you can sort of sit where you want to sit, right? And you're at this end, right? Where you're waking up with the sun, you're going in the water, in the ocean every day, and getting in touch with the plants and barefoot workouts and stuff like that. But I think it is important for people to know that there's a whole continuum, and you don't have to go from wherever you are to Daniel status, right? It's like we're going boom, 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 little by little, right? Yeah. That was you too, right? That was your journey too, right? Like you said, you were in the city, and little by little, you crept over there, right?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm not saying everybody should go move away and go live in the jungle and climb trees and stuff, but it's not feasible for most people. But there's little steps. It's all about tools, right? You just need to educate people and bring people awareness of what's available to them. Most people believe that they live in their environment, which is what they call natural. That's what they're used to. But our bodies are not really designed for that environment. And so it's really important to kind of check in and be like, oh, I'm not feeling well, but I used to feel better before. What's changed, and asking yourself, do you feel healthy? Do you feel good, And so it's all about the tools and the awareness, I think, is what's going to get people to go to that next step. There's even a term called forest bathing. I mean, there's tons of studies on grounding. So there's little steps that you can do. You don't have to, like you said, you don't have to take the big step. Just start small. And like go outside and try to find some birds. That's a simple one. Go on a walk and see how many birds you can find. And then before you know it, like the technology is amazing right now. There's a really good bird population out here, and people come here just for birding, but you can see a bird, look it up, take a photo of it, look it up on your phone. Now you know what it is. Next time you go on that walk, you'll look for that bird again. And now you have like an interaction with nature that you didn't have before. Maybe you're already going on that same walk, but now you're noticing a little bit more about, a bird or a plant or a flower. Those are little tips that, you can kind of incorporate into your lifestyle that they don't cost anything. It's
Yeah.
just,
It's just noticing, it's awareness, shifting your perception. Yeah.
yeah.
What would you, that's kind of a good segue into the next question, because you mentioned, you used to feel good, now maybe you don't. What do you tell somebody who maybe they sort of let their high-paced life sort of take them over and they sort of fell off the wagon? What do you tell somebody who maybe used to have it and then they fall off the wagon, and what's your pep talk to get them back?
Well, I don't really look at that as falling off the wagon. It's just like a constant evolution of where they're currently at. For me, it's more about, I ask them, what are they prioritizing over doing the things that they want to do? So obviously they're not feeling well, so they need to find a way to connect in and feel like, what can they do to actually feel better? And like the tools that we recommended is just don't put so much stress on yourself. Like, people are so focused on numbers and like getting to they have so much high expectations for themselves that they're actually burning themselves out and they're stressing themselves out, because people are living in a very, very, very stressful environment right now. And it's a very interesting time right now. And so the more that you can, again, it's all about awareness of who you are and where you are and how you're feeling, to say, okay, I want to make this change and this is why. And you can't do it for anybody else but yourself. So, if your doctor tells you, yes, they have the best intention for you, but they're not going to be the ones that can do that workout for you. They're not going to be the ones that can help you lose that weight. You have to say, it's important for me because I feel like that's kind of like, people need to take more responsibility for their health and how they feel.
Right. Definitely. I've been doing this show just maybe like 2 months now,
Mm-hmm.
and, asking pretty much the same questions. And I think it's so interesting how almost everybody, when I ask this question, they use something along the lines of forgiveness or, being gentle on yourself. Right. And it being a process, and it's like, you can't go back in time, learn from what happened. And if you feel like, wow, I've made some bad decisions in the last 3 months. Okay, it is what it is. And now where do I go with the knowledge that I have today, and what direction do I want to go for the future?
Yeah.
And being gentle to ourselves, I think is key.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're getting so much stress from all sorts of sources,
Yeah.
Family or environment or work, or don't take it easy. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. If you didn't get to that time to do that workout today, that's fine. Say, okay, tomorrow is a new day. I can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or you just have to prioritize it more. Like, like for me, I like to try to get out before like sunrise and do what I need to do before I start my day, because I don't know where the day is going to take me. And I know that those moments that I have in the morning are very important to me, because I'm kind of in control of that situation before I have to go here, there, everywhere. And I'm, going around and answering this call and that call. And so it's important to prioritize your schedule. Again, you get to make those decisions. And when you wake up, you get to decide what you want to do.
Right. And that's a good point, prioritizing it, right? Because that's the one thing that's equal for all of us. We have the same amount of time in the day. So if it's 10 p.m. and I realize, wow, I didn't work out today, like you said, what did I put above working out? Because it's not like somebody just stole my time. I have time to do it tomorrow. How am I going to re-allot my time? So Daniel, for you, where do you personally struggle with your health and fitness, or maybe where have you struggled in the past, and how have you sort of overcome that over the years?
I've been very motivated. I've been very, I guess, blessed, or just, very in tune with my body, is to be motivated to want to pursue different things. At first it was, putting on muscle mass and, trying to be better at sports. And then I had some injuries. And so then it got me curious about other modalities. So then I got really into body weight strength training, and that led me down a path of handstands and advanced body weight movements. And then I moved to Mexico, and I thought I was going to continue doing that path of like working out 6 days a week and like, living the life. And I came here and I just didn't have that kind of work output. It was the heat of summer, and I just couldn't work out the way I used to work out. And then I was like, well, I didn't want to work out as much. Like there's so many other things in life to do than work out. I was like, wow, I'm enjoying doing this. Like, and I never said, I never was hard on myself. I said, oh, you need to work out. It's like, I just kind of started to adapt. And I think that's really important for me is to kind of know exactly what fuels me and adapt to what the situation is. For the longest time, I didn't paddleboard. I wasn't running. And now I'm starting to do that because I enjoy that. I enjoy getting out in nature. I enjoy challenge. So for me, the struggle comes when, for me, it's more about movement and overall. So it's all about how I feel. So again, so if I'm not feeling well, but I know I'm working so hard, I'm not prioritizing my movement practice or just myself and my own health. So that to me is, I guess you could call that a struggle, but it's just me prioritizing. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. So for me to get over that hump is to find out what excites me. And so, okay, I have this little time. I don't want to do a workout. I don't want to go to the gym and lift a bunch of weights. I'm just going to go for a run, or I'm just going to go in a swim. And that right there, it changes me. And then, but maybe after swim, I have energy and maybe I want to go to the gym. So I think it's all about taking the first step. So don't let the struggle weigh you down, because that can happen very easily. It's all about taking a step in the right direction to help you achieve your goal.
We're going to go a little more big picture now. So
okay,
you have been invited to give the talk at a graduation. So
okay.
There's a bunch of, let's say college graduation, a bunch of young adults in their early 20s, and you're going to be speaking about bigger picture principles, about principles that have helped guide you. Maybe there's some related to health, but really bigger picture as far as what you believe leads to a successful and happy life. What would you tell those graduates?
Yeah, wow. I never thought I'd be the one giving this speech, but sure, let's go. So here it goes. Basically, for the last 20 some odd years, you've been told how to think. You know, to think creatively, you know how to write, you know how to read, you know how to work together in groups, you know how to handle computers, but you haven't really tapped into the creative outlook, your creative mind. So from this day on, you are the authors of your own story. You get to put the pencil to the paper and you get to write your own story. And the longer that you can stay within the context of being excited for your story and not letting people tell you to, you know, oh, that's not going to work. Oh, that's a terrible idea. This is not going to work. Just continue to find out what excites you and do that. You're going to have a very successful, beautiful life it'll be better than you can expect, honestly. And so that's one of the things that I would say is just don't let anybody else tell you no. Be your own creative self. Don't let anybody else tell you they think they know you better than yourself, because you are the ones that get to make those decisions. And I would just say live your passion, find your passion. Again, it's maybe you don't have that passion yet. Maybe you're graduating college and you're like, oh, I got this degree and I don't know what to do with it. I'm supposed to go to work, but I really like doing this one thing. And when I talk to my friends, I really get excited about it. Do that. Seriously, do that. If you do that and continue following that, life is going to unfold perfectly for you and beautifully for you.
Great. Well said. Well, Daniel, thank you so much. Again, it's great talking with you again. It's been a while. I'm really glad you were able to share your perspective with the audience. And I want to give you a chance to tell people how they can get in touch with you, what you're working on, different projects that you have going right now.
Great. Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris, for having me. It's been, like I said, a few years since we've last connected, but it's nice to be able to see your face, and it looks like you're doing really well. So the way to get a hold of me is through Instagram, Daniel Spencer 11. And the latest thing that I've really been working on is natural medicine. So I've been learning about natural medicine for the last 10 years on my own. And I started taking it because I was looking for an edge to perform better, to live better, you know, to kind of maximize my human potential. And that's led me down a path of meeting with different herbalists and moving to Mexico and learning from people who live really close to nature and are used to these plants. Like, for instance, you know, if you get stung by jellyfish, there's a plant out here, you rub that on your sting and it'll take the pain away and it'll take the toxins out of you. So like those kind of knowledge to me is what really excites me, and the wisdom of nature and these elders is one of the reasons why I came to Mexico. But the biggest thing that I'm working on is I'm about to launch a new company. It's called Saluz, and it's going to be all of the top medicines that I've been taking and researching and studying for the last 10 years. And I'm putting it together into an easy package where all you need to do is we're going to develop the most potent nutraceuticals in one drop at a time. So I'm working with an herbalist. I have a whole team of researchers working on this project together. And I'm really excited about this project because for me, what got me into health is to help people. And I feel like getting people to take products like these natural medicine products that I've been taking and sharing with other people and then noticing the benefits of them is one of the biggest things I can do for society. You know, I'm here in Mexico. I don't have the outreach to be there and work with people one-on-one and train with people. But if I can get people to start, you know, learning about this medicine, bringing it into their bodies and allowing their bodies to kind of take over, and then they start to feel good. The whole goal is to get people to thrive. When people start to thrive, they're living. So the focus of the product is to get people to really feel good, passionate, healthy, so that way they get to do the things they want to do. And it's been proven. I've shared it with so many people, and the results are incredible. The transformations that happened. So really, really excited about it. It's saluz.io is the company, and we're launching November 1st. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with your viewers. I feel it's a really groundbreaking product that has not been out there before.
That's great. Well, thanks again, Daniel. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks again for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Health in the Real World show. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Visit mycorebalance.com to learn more.